I didn't know
Rocco.
why you talk about that. You're in perfect shape, like
Well-
literally perfect.
Well, but I used to, no one ever believes that I used to be over 30 pounds heavier. Used to be much heavier,
I was
too.
41 pounds heavier, yeah.
So I used to be over 30 pounds heavier.
I bet you that still looked good on you.
You did,
Yeah.
but I was always on a diet. So you and I both have talked about European mentalities.
The Mediterranean diet pattern. Mediterranean diet pattern, right.
Mediterranean.
Yeah. Yes,
okay,
exactly,
well,
yeah.
I think
Same thing, same
yes.
thing, yeah.
Okay, and that being where you're enjoying and allowing and not depriving. I mean, what's your
So the Mediterranean
philosophy?
diet pattern is essentially a field of good choices. In America, our field is a minefield. You go out and try to eat food, and there's nothing good to eat. Almost everything that's available to you is bad for you.
Processed
Yeah,
box.
processed, salt, fat, sugar. And you go out in Italy, it's all fresh vegetables, fresh breads, whole grain dishes, fruits. And if you eat 50% of your diet comes from fresh vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, you'll never have to count a calorie. You can't get fat eating that stuff. It's impossible.
What about the expense of it, though? I mean, it's expensive to eat very brightly colored vegetables.
No, wrong. It's not expensive. Being healthy is less expensive than being unhealthy, without question.
Absolutely.
And a head of broccoli and a whole chicken is definitely much less expensive than Hot Pockets and all the prepared food out there.
Okay, well, but I want to know how it's not intimidating, because in your book you have super popcorn, kale crumble, and rutabaga mash.
Right.
Where the hell is anybody finding rutabaga mash when they're working at a hospital cafeteria or at the Giants game? And, how?
So I provide very specific recipes for those of you who want to cook, who have the time to cook.
Okay.
If you don't, I provide store-bought alternatives. I name them by the brand that you can plug right into the 28-day diet, because I realize not everyone can cook. And if you want to mix those up, you can do that too.
Okay.
So the rutabaga mash is you taking a rutabaga and grating it and throwing it in the microwave with agave nectar for 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's the rutabaga mash. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the concept? So this is the pound a day diet.
The concept is a very aggressive, healthy, rapid weight loss program using calorie deficit. You know that if you restrict calories, you can lose weight very quickly. You can shed a pound a day. I personally coach 30 people right now. I feed them every day. I talk to them 10, 15 times a day. And they are full on 850 calories because I can stretch a calorie unit like nobody's business.
But how does someone work on 850 calories if what if they're out all day and they're busy, they're a teacher, they're running to school, they want to grab a snack? How do you do it just without, because not everyone has time to count, because with women, we get obsessed, and counting means you're not enjoying because you have anxiety about what you've oh no, that was another 100 calories, and then you're not, it's not free flowing, it's not natural choices.
I'm certainly not recommending you become obsessive compulsive about calories. That's not the case. And I think if your goal is to get healthy and you turn eating from an unconscious process where you crave and indulge your impulses to a conscious process where you crave, you think about the impulse, make a good choice.
I agree.
Most of the time, you're probably going to lose weight at some point in the future.
I agree. And what I'm learning through these diet debates, is that when you do a book, you have to be a little more, sometimes you have to be a little more stringent and give people these guidelines so that eventually they don't need them. I mean, I think that's what you're saying. It's an education in the beginning, so eventually you just know. If you learn the alphabet, you don't need to look at it anymore.
Right.
Okay, all right.